Hey guys, I'm Moultrie, one of the RumbleLab engineers. Today we're going to invent a desktop Skittle Launcher so we can wake our friends up in class without them getting mad. You're going to need some cardboard, Skittles, a plastic bag, some thread, a pair of scissors or a knife, a hot glue gun, a bamboo skewer, a drinking straw, a thumbtack, and 55 pennies, which we didn't show here because that's a lot of pennies. The last thing you'll need is your template. Go to www.rumblelab.com/Skittle Launcher to get yours if you don't already have it. The template is just printed out on a piece of computer paper. For starters, we're going to cut out all of our parts. We will start with the lever arm. On the template, it says 1x lever arm. This means that you will need to cut out one of these parts. The other thing to notice is that the lever arm has little dotted lines on it. These lines denote the direction of the corrugations. Corrugations are just the little ridges in between the two sheets on the outside that give cardboard its strength. So roughly line up your corrugations with the lines and place the paper on the cardboard anywhere. Poke holes in all of the little circles, then connect the dots. Feel free to use a straight edge to help. Now, get an adult to help. Using scissors or a knife, cut out the shape you just drew and set it off to the side. To cut safely, always cut away from yourself. Also, to make sure we don't cut the table, we like to put a piece of scrap cardboard down. Next, we will cut out the 2x lever reinforcement. Because it says 2x, we will cut two of them out. The lever reinforcements will be glued to each side of the lever arm. Be careful though, the corrugations need to be going the opposite direction. Having the corrugations alternate direction adds a lot of strength. Continue working through each of the parts, cutting out the right amount and paying attention to the corrugation direction. Now let's go ahead and put these parts together. We will start with the counterweight. For counterweight 1, we need to cut along these dotted lines that we drew. For the dotted lines, we will cut through one side of the cardboard. This will allow for us to easily fold it into shape. Then slip one of the counterweight 2 pieces in the slot like this and glue it in place. Repeat this for the other side. Running a hot glue gun is very similar to welding. Just squeeze some into the joint and hold it until it cools. We're going to do our one-sided cut on our gusset flange. Then, with our base, flange, uprights, and our web, we're going to put them all together like this. With a little bit of hot glue, tack the uprights in place. This is like tack welding when fabricating with metal. Work your way around tacking things in place, then come back and fill in with more glue. Poke a hole in both uprights and open the hole up a little bit with the knife if needed. Repeat for the marks we made in the lever arm. Take your straw and cut it the width of the uprights like this. Cut both of these parts in half. The longer of the two parts will act as bearings for the lever arm. Push the straw through the holes in the uprights. Feed the skewer through one straw, then through the middle hole in the lever arm, and then through the other straw. Push the straws in to keep the lever arm from moving side to side. Cut the leftover skewer off at the upright and use the leftover straw and skewer to attach the counterweight to the lever arm. Now we're going to break our paper clip in two. Bend it back and forth until it breaks. You'll notice the metal gets hot when you bend it back and forth. Can you figure out why? Leave one part in a loop. Glue this in the end of the lever arm. This will be used to attach our sling. Straighten the other piece of the paper clip and push it into the very end of the lever arm. Pull this piece back out, add some glue, and push it back in. It should be sticking out just a little bit. For the sling, we're going to cut it out of a grocery store bag. Using the template on the page, try and get it roughly the same size. With a piece of string at least 2 feet long, thread it through the holes in the tabs like this. We are using a big string so that you can see it, but you can use a needle and smaller string to make it easier. Center the sling up on the string. Repeat this for another string on the other set of tabs. And tie a knot around the tab on each end. Feed one string through the eye of the paperclip with the strings roughly the same length. You want the sling distance to be the same as the distance from the pivot point to the paperclip where the sling attaches. Then tie them together with a simple overhand knot like this. If you need to shorten it, tie another overhand knot. Tie the other ends together with another overhand knot too. Then this end of the sling will slip over the straight paper clip. You may have to shorten it as well. Next, add 55 pennies and slip in our counterweight top. Now we're ready to launch. Put your Skittle in the sling, then loop the loose end of the sling over the straight paper clip. Pull it all the way back, then fire away. The trajectory of your Skittle should look just like this. To adjust it, experiment with bending the straight paper clip. Have fun and let us know how yours turns out. See you later.